So this workshop today is going to be about understanding your hormones. Hormones are just pretty much our regulatory system, and it's how our body operates best. My name is Dee Bolton, and I am a NASM certified personal trainer, as well as a fitness nutrition specialist and a weight loss specialist, all through NASM, which is the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I also have my degree in exercise science. So I want to begin by saying I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose you nor treat you, and you shouldn't either. So that is not what this workshop is about. This workshop is actually to inform you that you can go to and then you can take this information to your doctor and be an advocate for your own wellness. I'm just a woman who was doing some research about 2 years ago. My friend JQ, she's on here when we kind of got this just wanted to know more about our hormones. And here I am 2 years ago sharing this information with you. Through my journey, I have discovered many things that have aided me in my weight loss. Through my degree and certifications, I have learned a lot about the human body and anatomy, and through research studied, come to my conclusions. So these are my conclusions. I'm going to give you all the sources of my information so that you can reach your own conclusion. I've learned so much about the human body and anatomy, and this workshop reflects that research that I've done, specifically on the endocrine system, which is what controls our hormones and our glands. Through my research, I realized that many women and men are not considering their hormones when they're trying to make lifestyle changes. The human body is fascinating, and its primary purpose for us is to survive. It will adapt and metamorphosize based on the stress and changes in our life, and it's going to pretty much do what it can to serve us at its best. When we create a kink in the chain or a disruptor in the system, that is when we find disease. So I feel like understanding your hormones helps to inform you that you can go to your doctor with information, again, to advocate for your wellness. So let's get started. What is the endocrine system? A basic understanding of the hormones would begin with the endocrine system. Endocrine system is a series of glands that produce and secrete hormones that the body uses for many functions. These control many different bodily functions, including respiration, metabolism, reproduction, sensory perception, movement, sexual development, and growth. Why do glands matter? So, glands are a very vital role in the endocrine system. According to yourhormones.info, a gland is an organ that produces and releases substances that perform a specific function in the body. When we're talking about glands, there are two types. There's your endocrine glands, which is what I'm really going to go into today, which release chemicals that produce hormones into the bloodstream, and they're ductless and internal. And then there are our exocrine glands. This is our sweat glands and our lymph nodes. These are the ones that we really notice more when we're sick than anything else. These are the glands that provide sweat, saliva, mammary outputs, lacrimal outputs, prostate, mucus, all those things. For this workshop, I'm not going to really go into that. And like I said at the beginning, I'm not a doctor, but I would really encourage you to research these glands as well if you find like there's something wrong with your system and you just want to know how your body operates effectively. So why do glands matter? There are 8 major endocrine glands that I will focus on, 5 today, and those are highlighted on this slide. Play a crucial role in producing and developing your hormones. You have your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your thyroid gland, your thymus gland, your adrenal gland, testes, ovaries, and pancreas. And they're both found in women and men, except for the testes and ovaries. That's where we differ. We have ovaries, men have testes. That's what kind of makes us a little bit different. What are hormones? Hormones are defined by Medline Plus. Hold on, sorry, letting people in. By Medline Plus as chemicals that deliver messages through your entire body via your bloodstream. They send messages to different bodily functions, and these messages are delivered to your tissues and organs. And hormones are specific to the physical process they're responsible for regulating. So there's certain hormone for certain things. They kind of don't really cross over. Only the cells that correspond with a particular hormone will respond and become activated when receiving your hormone signal. They're like your command center for our body, and each hormone and gland have a specific role they play. Hormones are very influential and highly reactive to the body, like highly reactive to the body. A minimal amount can create a significant response in the body, and hormones cannot be stored in the body. So they're continually being produced and released at time of need, which means when you're at homeostasis and your body's balanced, that's when everything's all good. But when there's a disruptor or a kink in the chain, that's when hormones go into play. So your body's always undergoing hormone regulation. They're always doing like a checks and balance. And some side effects from hormone imbalance, for example, if you have one hormone that increases too much, the body may release hormones that are not needed to balance the increased hormone. Hormones balancing is reliant on your body's physical and mental function. So you need to be mindful of both when you're addressing your hormone support. Hormones and their responses work together. So what is hormone imbalance? Your hormones basically are your checks and balance. Think of it like a domino effect. If you push on one, they all fall out of order. When your body fails to keep your hormones at a regulated level or surpass limits, then your hormones become imbalanced. Most of us are walking around with some hormonal imbalance. And this can happen no matter what age you are because we are born with the hormones that we have. For example, pediatric obesity is causing an increase in imbalanced reproductive hormones in our youth. There's many disruptors like our skincare, our household cleaners, our stress life that becomes disruptions in our endocrine system and are causing our children's hormones to react. Because there are so many hormones that work together and are dependent on each other, it can cause various symptoms. And again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't really tell you what they are. Like I can't tell you if you got the symptoms, but a lot of us know our own bodies and can kind of relate to some of the things that I'm going to share. So examples of the effects of hormone imbalance, for example, women with an estrogen or progesterone imbalance may experience hot flashes, weight gain, decreased bone density, and unwarranted fatigue. Or men whose testosterone levels are imbalanced notice a difference in their sex drive or increase in infertility. A more common imbalance in people is insulin imbalance, which will cause diabetes, frequent urination, unquenchable thirst, and muscle weakness. I actually had a friend who was type 1 diabetic and she's very thin and she had a hard time strength training due to her muscle weakness when her insulin levels were off. After my research and discovering the effects of insulin imbalance, I realized what the cause of her muscle weakness was. I actually just thought she was just using it as an excuse to not train with me, but it was like a real genuine manifestation of her imbalance insulin hormones. Thyroid disease is becoming more prevalent in our American culture. Many people experience either underactive thyroid, which can cause hormonal imbalance, or overactive thyroid, which can cause weight loss and hair loss. Underactive can cause weight gain. The symptoms can vary from person to person because, like I said, it's a domino and it's your domino. It's your specific domino. So I always encourage you to go to your doctor. The hormones that I'm going to talk about today are metabolic hormones. And when you actually hear about hormones, you always think your reproductive system. You think PMSing, you think perimenopausal. And as I showed you earlier, that is part of your hormone system. But the ones that I'm going to talk about, the ones that I really specifically deal with on a daily basis with my clients is metabolic hormones. And there's like 100 hormones, by the way. So I'm only going to share with you these 7, but there's so many more that affect so many different things. So these are the main hormones that affect your metabolism and how your body regulates weight gain and weight loss. I'm not going to go in the order on my slide, but I'm going to start with leptin, which the Greek name is leptos, which means thin. Leptin is a hormone that's predominantly made by the adipose cells, and it's in your small intestines, and it helps to regulate energy balance. It's what makes you hungry. It also diminishes your fat storage. Then there's also Gherelin, which I always think of as the gremlin. And this is the hormone that's produced mainly by the stomach, which small amounts, it's in the small intestines, pancreas, and brain. And this is that hangry feeling. That's why I call it gremlin. So you like, when I'm hangry, my Gherelin's taken over. It has numerous functions. It's termed the hunger hormone because it stimulates appetite, increases food intake, and promotes fat storage. Then there's also progesterone, which is a female sex hormone. It's produced mainly in the ovaries and following ovulation each month. It's a crucial part of the menstrual cycle and maintenance of pregnancy. And then there's estrogen. These hormones are important for sexual reproductive development, mainly in women. They are also referred to as female sex hormones, but men do have estrogen as well. The term estrogen refers to all chemically similar hormones in this group, which are testosterone, and one I can't pronounce, and esterol. And then there's the HGH, the human growth hormone, which a lot of us are familiar with from baseball and bodybuilding, but we all have human growth hormones in our bodies. And this is our childhood growth, and it helps maintain tissues and organs throughout our life. And then we also have cortisol, which is a steroid hormone that regulates many things. Most people associate it with belly fat and like that tire around you, but it has a lot of other things that it does. Cortisol's process is basically helps with the metabolism as well as your immune system. It's a very important hormone in your body, and it's really known for how it responds to stress. And then insulin, or insulin sensitivity, which is what I'm going to get into, which refers to the body cells that responds to insulin. And high insulin sensitivity allows the cells and bodies to use blood glucose more effectively, reducing your blood sugar, and some lifestyles and dietary changes can help you improve your sensitivity to insulin. American culture, a lot of us are very sensitive to insulin just because of our diet that we have. So what should you do if you feel your hormones are in balance? Go see a doctor. Set up an appointment, speak with your doctor. You can also seek assistance of a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. And I know I have a registered dietitian on here as well. She can help you as well, and I would definitely refer her out to you. And there's a directory on a website called bonesandhormones.com that can give you names of functional diagnostic nutrition practitioners in your area. What you came for, I'm getting to it right now, is how can you support your hormone health? So there's 7 ways to support your hormone health that I'm going to share with you. The first one is to balance your estrogen and progesterone ratio with veggies. Storing fat in the lower body and or breasts often indicate an elevated estrogen compared to your progesterone. And remember I said if one's elevated, then the other one will release, and it's like a domino effect. So it can affect your ability to burn fat. Lower estrogen levels relative to progesterone by increasing foods that help detox estrogen, like cruciferous vegetables. So that's like broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, those type of veggies. And green tea. I drink green tea every morning. I recommend it to my clients for that reason. I'm a big fan of cruciferous vegetables. It's what I try to get in my body every single day. And I also use them in my cookbook that I have. Our sponsor, Organic India, has an amazing herbal tulsi green tea, and you can incorporate in your diet daily. And I start into my days with the green tea. Another way is you can stress less. Balance your cortisol level with leisurely walks. I know it's easier said than done, especially in the time that we're living now, but it's really important to your cortisol levels. Because of high cortisol levels from stress, it can impact your ability to burn fat. When possible, try to lower cortisol by doing restorative activities like leisurely walking, having quiet time, prayer, devotion, Pilates, yoga, and meditation are all helpful, even if you just do it for 5 minutes a day, guys. I know time is pressing, but just try to give yourself 5 minutes to unwind. You can increase your body's burning fat by movement, of course, which we all know, and the potential for movement depends on the type of workout that you do. So many people don't like HIIT, high intensity interval training, but this can actually help lower your cortisol over time, as well as increase your testosterone, a fat burning muscle building hormone that people need to help burn fat. Beyond helping you burn fat, exercise provides additional hormonal benefits in addition to lowering your stress levels, which affects your cortisol, stimulating fat hormones like human growth hormone, and exercise releases endorphins and improves your mood. I know when I need a shift, a good workout can easily change my mindset. Even if you don't have time or energy to get back into like a full training schedule, you can take advantage of feel-good hormones by squeezing in short, effective workouts when possible. Now, if you're suffering from imbalance that causes adrenal fatigue, I would really encourage you to do something like Pilates, yoga, something that's low impact. Adrenal fatigue is when your adrenal levels have been depleted and you have to restore those, and high stress, high impact exercises might not be the best choice for you. I have exercises based on your level and your desire on my Faith Fueled Life app that you can definitely explore. Another way is to support your insulin sensitivity, which is something we all need to work towards. It's not one of the things like, okay, I'm eating my vegetables and I'm doing all the things and it's fixed. It's one of those things you have to continually work on because your body is always storing excess fat. Insulin is an anabolic storage hormone that is produced by the pancreas and serves to regulate carbohydrates and fat storage in the body. When insulin levels are high, extra calories are stored as fat. In addition, insulin inhibits the release of glycogen, thus stopping the use of fat as an energy source. Things that can help with your insulin sensitivity, and I'm going to give you like 14 things. This is probably the bulk of the things because I told you our diets in American culture really increases our insulin sensitivity. So things that can help you are movement, adding more soluble fiber, which are foods that help feed healthy bacteria in your gut, like pre and probiotics. Organic India has an amazing psyllium husk powder that is easy and effective, and it's an easy way to get soluble fiber in your diet, and it's one of our giveaways today to 2 of you wonderful ladies. You can also add more legumes, oatmeal, flaxseed, vegetables, Brussels sprouts, and fruits like oranges. And people who are have experienced my Nourish Better program are like, that's why she makes us eat flaxseed all the time and all these vegetables and oatmeal, because it is helping with your insulin sensitivity. And this is how I've actually been able to help my clients lose weight. Losing weight is another way, reducing stress, and tasting the rainbow by adding colorful fruits and vegetables in your diet. And I always encourage people, if you're at the market or you're at your grocery store, and if you see something colorful that catches your eye and you've never tried it, grab it and try it. You might actually like it. I definitely opened up my palate by just trying new things, and I try new things every week. I actually have the thing I bought last week that I need to try like today, or it's going to be a waste of my money. Other things that you can do to help your insulin sensitivity is adding herbs and spices specifically to your meals. A few effective ones to explore are fenugreek, turmeric, ginger. Cinnamon is amazing. I love cinnamon. I buy it like in bulk, and my kids love it too. And garlic. Green tea, again, is another herbal helper. It has scientifically been found that drinking green tea significantly reduces fasting blood sugar and increased insulin sensitivity. Apple cider vinegar is another one that lowers carb. It doesn't remove them, it just lowers them. And most people have a high sugar processed carb diet and don't eat nearly enough fruits and vegetables and grains, which can help you get your daily necessities of carbohydrates. And carbohydrates are a necessity, people. You need carbs, but not all carbs are made equally. And I think that's what happens in this fitness world, is we don't really distinguish that. Some are made from God, but the ones that most people consume are made from man. And we explore the differences in my new program called Nourish Better, based on my concept of biblically based eating. So basically nourishing our body with what God has provided us to eat. And a little sneak peek, Cheez-Its and Chips Ahoy's are not on the list. So if that's any indication of the types of carbs that you should be consuming. You should try to avoid trans fat and reduce sugar and added sugars. And it is possible. I'm living testimony. I was a sugar addict. That you can live with no to low sugar and still enjoy sweet indulgences. Just like carbs, there are natural sweeteners provided by God, not man, that you can include in your diet. Adding supplements like chromium, berberine, magnesium, it's a huge thing with women, and resveratrol has been also found to help with insulin and sensitivity. And I know people know that resveratrol is in red wine. I'm not saying get wasted, but resveratrol is in red wine, so you can definitely consume that on a moderate basis, I should say, to help. Support your Gherelin, your Ghrelin and your Leptin hormones. So your Gherelin is your hunger hormone that's produced by your stomach and pancreas that causes you to feel hunger. It can be dulled by these high processed, high sugar diets, and we don't really know now if we're hungry or we're full anymore. A high intake of protein and fiber can naturally increase the Ghrelin levels before meals and sending the hunger signals to your brain, and also decrease after you eat meals, helping you feel full. Support your leptin hormone by reducing which helps you to reduce your cravings. Leptin is a hunger hormone, which is considered the counterpart to the hunger hormone Ghrelin. It's produced by the adipose fat tissues when you are craving foods. It is an indication that you're not producing enough leptin. Processed food, stress, sleep deprivation tend to produce leptin resistance, which pretty much sends your body off balance and you don't know if you're hungry or if you're full. And that's something actually my daughter has a very, her leptin hormone is actually very resistant. So she doesn't, since she was a baby, realize when she's full. So we've set up different things for her to do just to kind of gauge that. And she's just learned that habit as she's grown older. Exercise and proper fat loss nutrition have the opposite effect on these hormones. This is why most people can't eat less to lose weight, because you've heard eat less, move more. There's a reason why you're like, I'm doing it and it's not working. So this is also why I got my NASM weight loss specialization, just to help people with their weight loss goals and just to learn the science behind weight loss. And then developing your human growth hormone. You can do this with sprints. And I'm not just saying like running, just doing like short bursts of high intense activity. Human growth hormone is a fat burning hormone that is produced in the pituitary gland. And as the name suggests, it is hormone that stimulates muscle tissue growth. This is important because there is no better fat burner than muscles. I can attest to that. And human growth hormones have the benefit in stimulating the body to burn fat rather than to store it. So the effect of a fat loss is doubled. Human growth hormones is stimulated when your body engages in intense short-term exercise like short bursts of cardio and lifting weights. My Bibles and Boot Camps program is specifically created to help create a program that incorporates both and to optimize muscle growth. And that's why my women do so well in 6 weeks. I literally planned it based on their hormones. It's why my beauties, that's what I just said, and strategic to give them the best results possible so that they can adhere to their program. Herbal supplements are also a great addition to your life. Organic India has tea infusions that are whole herb supplements that are rooted in Ayurveda. Ayurveda is an ancient Indian practice, and it just incorporates herbs in their diet as well as traditional wisdom for total body wellness. Now, some herbal supplements that I have discovered through Organic India and why I actually started partnering with them. And the 3 that we're sharing today in our giveaway are the 3 that have probably made the most impact on my life. One is Shatavari, which is a Ayurvedic herb that helps support women's healthy hormonal and reproductive functions. It has also been known to help with men in combination with ashwagandha, which is, I'm going to share ashwagandha with all of you guys who are on the call. It helps support our monthly cycles. It's traditionally used as a tonic for symptoms of menopause. It promotes healthy hormone balance in men and women, and it's an anti-inflammatory for your immune system. Tulsi is also the queen of herbs. It is in all of Organic India's products. Tulsi is about 5,000 years old, and it's known to restore and calm, and it has a synergistic blend that tames stress for any day. So it's a very calming tea. I usually drink it in the evenings, and it does really just chill me out. So what can you do with all this information? Make small changes. You can't eat an elephant in one bite, guys. You might want to consider also, other than your diet, your skincare and your household cleaners, typically bleach, pine sol, things that have high fumes or are chemically made are not the best for us. And believe it or not, guys, we're breathing it in. It's our body's ingesting it, and it's disrupting our endocrine system. As well as your skincare, the lotions you put on, your makeup, your shampoo. Within 20 seconds of you putting something on your skin, it's absorbed into your blood system. So if you're putting toxic chemicals in your skin and it's in the blood system that your hormones are trying to send messages to your body parts, it's disrupting the system. So that's something to consider, especially in the Black community. When we were younger, if you had your hair permed, those type of things, they're showing links of reproductive issues with our skincare and our hair care. So it's definitely a reason why you should try to get more natural products in your home and on your skin. The most natural way to combat imbalance is eating a healthy diet and moving your body through exercise. Trying to lower your stress and getting adequate rest. That is the one that I probably didn't emphasize enough, but probably the one that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. And my middle, she's so funny. Anything that's wrong, she's like, I'm going to take a nap. And I'm like, rest doesn't solve all things. She's like, but it makes me feel better. So also, I would just go to your doctor and tell them what's going on in your body and just ask them, like, could it be my hormones are imbalanced? Is there something that I can do? Now, I know that the things I'm going to recommend, I don't think any doctor is going to say, no, don't eat more vegetables, don't stress less, don't rest. So I'm only going to recommend things that I think a doctor would approve. You're nourished. So nourish your body with fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, and lean proteins. Plant-based proteins are great too. Some people have found that eating an all plant-based diet gets them all these things, and they've found improvement in their hormones. Reducing or eliminating processed foods such as chips, candy, cookies, white flour, and white sugar. Something that I preach in my Nourish Better program is to cut the crap, which is carbonated beverages, refined sugar, artificial sweeteners and flavors, and processed foods, and eat more food, which is fresh fruits and vegetables, omega-3s, organic meats, or plant-based protein, and drink more water. And commit to an exercise program. Find someone to be accountable for. As adults, I think the biggest struggle is accountability. So having somebody to hold you accountable, or being in a program, or working with a coach is how you get to your goals. It's nice to be in a community. Removing the phthalates and synthetic chemicals from your hygiene and cleaning products. Making lifestyle changes that reduce stress. Cut the people that stress you out in your life. Cut the activities that stress you out in your life, guys. Life is too short to be stressed out, and you're shortening your life by being stressed out. And get enough rest. That I feel like are all things that any doctor would recommend as well. Honoring your temple and treating your body inside and out can alleviate symptoms of hormonal imbalance. So I hope that this information has been helpful and really encouraging to you guys. Again, I have my Faith Fueled Life program that holds you accountable, gives you the programs that you need to get to your goals, as well as I'm coming out with a Nourish Better program. And it's like a 6-week program to share the information that I did and how to actually apply it into your daily life, and hopefully help you make lifestyle changes that help you live a healthier lifestyle. And what my final thought, I guess, would be is to move more and nourish better. So Organic India is my sponsor. I'm very grateful for them. They are giving away a prize pack today, 3 prize packs. So one prize pack is their Shatavari, Ashwagandha, and Tulsi supplements, which is like over $100 value in itself. And they're giving that to you, as well as some tea. And then they're also going to give every attendee here a tea gift of ashwagandha. And if you do want to just start buying your green tea or getting your own herbal supplements, you guys definitely take advantage of that code. And you can use it anytime. There's no expiration on that. And I just want to share my sources. This is where I got all the information that I just spewed to you. I'm a huge fitness geek, but I feel like you should definitely support your information with factual sources, and these are them. And if you would like the links to this so that you can do your own research, I have no problem sharing that with you. That is it, guys. Oh, I went a little bit over. Is there anybody who have any questions? Hopefully I can answer. More than likely I'll say, talk to your doctor, but I hope I can help you.